So it's Mobility Monday, and we're going to do something a little bit different from last Monday. So very similar exercise, starts the same way, helps with your SI joints as well, but we add one little component, and that component is going to help to centrate your hip joint. And why that's important is because we want the ball of the femur that fits into the socket right in the center so that there's less wear and tear. It moves smoothly. Think of it like a ball bearing. It should be right in the center so that it's not rubbing in any rough edges. So for this exercise, it's going to be a similar setup. I have a little ball. The ball can be anything you've got at home that just is narrower than your pelvis. So you don't want it to be so big that the knees are wider than the pelvis, because when we squeeze in, we want them to come a little bit narrower than the pelvis. And then I have a little foam pad to put under my head because we want to make sure the chin is tucked when we do the exercise. So something for under your head, a little ball. You can use the coffee table like we did in the last exercise, or I'm going to use the wall here today with just my feet against the wall. So you're going to start lying on your back. You're going to bring your feet up and on the wall. So you've got this 90 degrees at the hip, 90 degrees at the knee, something in between the knees. And we're going to, you can include the arms or you can do it without. We'll start without. We've got something under our head. We are tucking the chin. We're going to bring the hands to the waist just to start so that your thumbs are at the small part of the waist. And I want you to think about breathing out into your hands and down towards the ground. So you're not squishing your low back against the ground, but you want to think about breathing into the back side of the body. So you're going to inhale through the nose, widen that rib cage and down towards the floor. And on the exhale, we're going to hover the hips just slightly. It's not a huge lift. Get all of the air out. Now comes the shift part. So we're going to inhale to prepare again, inhaling fully. And on the exhale, we're going to squeeze in on the ball and we're going to shift the right hip or the right knee forward. So the knees were parallel. Now my right knee is a little bit higher than my left. And we're squeezing in and shifting. You're going to feel a lot of tension in this left side inner thigh. And we're trying not to let our hips swing side to side. It is not going to be a huge movement. And then you're going to come back to neutral. Let's try the other side. So we're going to inhale to prepare. Exhale, squeeze the ball in and trying to shift that left knee in front of the right knee. Get all of the air out. So your hamstrings are working, your inner thighs are working. You're plugging this right femur down into the hip. And then come and take a break. We're going to shake out the legs a little bit. And this time we're going to add in the arms. So we're going to bring the arms overhead. We're reaching up for the ceiling. We're going to hover the hips. So just a little bit off the floor. We're going to inhale fully to the back side of the body. And on the exhale, squeeze the ball and shift that right knee forward. Think of plugging the femur in, the left femur into the hip. Now we're going to hold here, keep that shift. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, squeeze and shift a little bit more. It's going to be microscopic. Your lower body is working hard. And then take a break. Shift the knees side to side. The hamstrings, you should feel that when you're doing that as well. So arms up again. We're going to try the left knee forward. So we're going to hover the hips. Inhale to the back side of the body. Exhale, squeeze the ball and try to draw that left knee forward. Squeeze and shift. Chin is tucked. Don't let the tension come into your neck. Exhale all the air out, then inhale, hold. Exhale, squeeze and shift. And relax the pelvis down. It is such a tiny movement, but your inner thighs, your hamstrings should feel a ton of effort and work as we're trying to centrate that top of the femur into the pelvis. Don't get frustrated. It takes a while to get the hang of. Give it a try, especially if you know that you have hip issues. This is a great centrator and will help prolong the health of your hip.